Hello everybody, my name is Isabella. Welcome to my channel, Between the Pages. Once again, I have the Narnia shirt on, and today I'm drinking grape soda, Olipop. Personally, I love it. It tastes like actual grape juice, like that weird taste that grape juice has. That's what this tastes like, but carbonated. I love it. I really love their ginger ale one too. I love the taste of ginger. And their ginger ale is just so much better than I can't even think of the other brands of ginger ale right now, but the Olipop one, super good. I don't like how expensive they are compared to other sodas, but I will pay the price for that ginger ale. Anyways, so today I will be reviewing The Silver Chair by C.S. Lewis. This is the sixth book chronologically in the Chronicles of Narnia. For this one, I only remember two scenes prior to reading it. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all now because you'll learn in the summary. I was just confused with the characters. The first scene that I remembered pretty much played out the way that I thought it did, but this book takes place 70 years after the last one, so it's centered around Prince Rilian, who is the son of King Caspian. The scene that I remember, I thought it happened between King Caspian back when he was a prince and his mom, um, but it was actually his wife. And Prince Rilian. Prior to looking up the reading orders from the first video, how to read the Chronicles of Narnia, I thought this one happened before Prince Caspian, and it told about how his mom died. That was not it at all. This happens after the Voyage of the Dawn Treader. And then the last scene I remembered, but the what I remembered from it was so vague that um a bunch of different things could have happened, and it still would have been along the same lines. Um, so, anyways, this book is 217 pages and 16 chapters. About the same size as the rest of them, although the font is a little bit bigger than some of them have been, probably about the same size as The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So, I'm gonna read y'all two different summaries for this one. Because I read both of them and I wanted to let y'all know about both of them. Now, we're about to learn it, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. Eustace makes an appearance in this book again, and he brings a friend of his, Jill Pole. I completely forgot that they were in this book until I read the summary, because right before I picked this up to read it, I went ahead and wrote down the summary in my little notes that I keep so I wouldn't have to do it later. And as I read the summary, all of the memories of the story come back to me, but I completely forgot that he was in this story. And this is actually when I learned that Prince Rilian is the one in this story, when I read the summary. So I'm going to read y'all both of them because I like both of them, and this is my channel, so I can do what I want to. So the first one, which is the one that I read first that reminded me of all the different things in this story, is in The Silver Chair, Eustace Scrubb returns to Narnia with his schoolmate Jill Pole, only to find his friend King Caspian an old man. Caspian's dying wish is to find his son, Prince Rilian, who has been kidnapped by an evil witch. With the help of Aslan and a marshwiggle named Puddleglum, Eustace and Jill embark on a harrowing quest to find Rilian that takes them on a journey through the city of giants into the underworld. Which, that's an amazing summary. And that's when it reminded me, this, reading that summary is what reminded me that Eustace comes back, brings Jill, and it's actually about Prince Rilian, not about King Caspian. Okay, y'all, before I read the second one, I just sneezed like 15 times. My allergies are messing with me really bad today. I don't know why. My allergies have been pretty good so far this year. They're hitting me hard today, so I hope y'all can't tell too bad with my voice. But anyways, for the second summary, Jill and Eustace must rescue the prince from the evil witch, Narnia, where owls are wise, where some of the giants like to snack on humans, where a prince is put under an evil spell, and where the adventure begins. Eustace and Jill escape from the bullies of school through a strange door in the wall, which, for once, is unlocked. It leads to the open moor, or does it? Once again, Aslan has a task for the children, and Narnia needs them. Through dangers untold and caverns deep and dark, they pursue the quest that brings them face to face with the evil witch. She must be defeated if Prince Rilian is to be saved. Sorry, that second one was a struggle. So I've already went over. This book takes place 70 years after the Voyage of the Dawn Treader Narnia time, and I think not even a year in the time of our world. I think it wouldn't even be a year because in this book, this is the school term right after Eustace went to Narnia. So however long that would be, hadn't been very long. So I told y'all the scenes that I remember. I really loved this book. Once again, kind of a redemption story. I consider the story of Prince Rilian a redemption story, and it also, in my opinion, warns against sin. If you are living for God and you find yourself like looking at sin, looking at the world, sometimes it can look appealing from when you're not living in it. But trust me, if you decide to go out and experience those things that may look appealing, it will eventually not be so appealing and you'll be stuck. And that's what happens in this book to Prince Rilian. I hope that's not too big of a spoiler. At least in my opinion, that was kind of what happened to him. He was looking at something that was very appealing to him. He was warned by it. He decided to follow it, or it captured him, something, and then he couldn't get out until Aslan sent someone to help him. So, hope that makes y'all want to read it. We're going to get into the between the plot. So it does say DAM without the N at the end once. I think Polly says, "Oh my gosh, Polly! Whoa, that's a throwback." I think Jill says it. Okay, and for once we have a good thing that I didn't necessarily need to mention, but I wanted to. Eustace mentions drawing circles and reciting things, and then mentions that like Aslan wouldn't like it. Because they want to go to Narnia but don't know how. And then Jill was like, "Should we like draw a circle in the dirt and like recite some stuff?" And Eustace was like, "Well, I thought about it, but then I was like, Aslan might not like that too much." So there's that. Once again, there's magic, talking mythical creatures, an evil witch or an evil queen, enchantments, like in a lot of the other books. I'm pretty sure at some point it says the 3-letter A word, like I feel like every other book has. It does mention gods like little G as carvings on an old bridge. Not the bridge is not in Narnia. It's outside of Narnia, and we know that other countries may believe in other gods, like Calormen believe in Tash. They don't believe in Aslan. It does mention people being eaten by creatures, which isn't terrible. It's just once again for the parents that are wanting to get their young kids to read that. Just kind of feel out what your kid is able to handle, and if you think them being eaten by a creature is scary, maybe they shouldn't read it until they're a little older. So now for the review, I did give it 5 stars, like every other book. I'll tell y'all my official ranking in a minute. And it did take me 4 days to read it. That's all I have to say about that. It was a little while ago. By a little while, I mean like a week or two ago. That I finished it. So I honestly don't remember if I like read equal amounts every day or only a chapter or two some days. I don't remember. And this one is similar to The Voyage of the Dawn Treader in that it's about an adventure outside of Narnia. They do start in Narnia, but then are adventuring outside of it. So that was just an interesting little tidbit I wanted to tell y'all about. Technically, The Horse and His Boy is also about an adventure, but it's about non-Narnian people trying to get to Narnia. But just thought I would throw that in there. That it's more of an adventure outside of Narnia. We get a little bit of like a chapter or so in Narnia, but the majority of it does take place outside of it. Now, for my official rank, this one ranks pretty much right in the middle. So my first is still Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The second, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. The third, Prince Caspian. This one is in 4th place for so Silver Chair is in 4th place. The 5th is The Horse and His Boy, and then the 6th, The Magician's Nephew. I really liked this one. Like I really liked it. It was really fun to read. I just those first three for me are just they're forever gonna be in the first, second, and third place because it's the story, but also the biblical similarities, the redemption stories, the all of those things just give it a high ranking for me, I guess. And although the story was really good, as far as biblical similarities, there was something new with Prince really, and in my opinion, looking at something that was very beautiful, very enchanting in that it looked appealing. And he looked at it for so long, didn't care about the warnings that he got from a certain person, um, and continued going to look at it, and then eventually got sucked in and stuck, like sin can do to us. Uh, so it was good. I just those first three, man, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the Voyage of the Dawn Treader, and Prince Caspian are just top three, you know. But this one does come in at fourth, so not too bad. The Horse and His Boy, The Magician's Nephew, have pretty much kept their spots as the last two. So yeah, there's that, and I feel like this has been so quick. I'm getting quicker at these reviews, I guess. I'm not yapping as long. But yeah, the next one is gonna be our last review for the Chronicles of Narnia, and then we'll have two, possibly three more videos after that because I'm gonna do the Convincing You to Read series, which is in two parts, which is a plot summary of all the books. I want to sit down with some of my friends that I know love the series, and talk to them about their opinions on the series as a whole or individual books. But our summers are very busy, so I'm either going to insert the little clips at the end of each plot summary or in one whole separate video. And I'm kind of leaning towards a whole separate video because I explained it in the beginning of the first Convincing You to Read video, but I edited them in such a way that the first video ends up being like 2 hours long. Um, and since then, I've decided to only do them an hour long each. So if there's a plot summary video that ends up being 3 hours of footage for like a series, one single book is not going to be 3 hours of footage, but for a series, and I'll just do three different parts. But I'd already started editing that one and was almost done when I decided to do it that way. So I might actually make a separate video of me sitting down and talking with my friends. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I guess it depends on how long we talk. Like if we sit there and talk for 30 minutes and I get like 15 minutes of footage out of that, I might just make a whole nother video. um, but yeah, I think that's everything. I hope y'all enjoyed. Kind of sad to finish up or be finishing up this series pretty soon, but you know, that's how it is. So, hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see y'all in another video. Bye.